Couldn't tell if we were live or not, but we are. Actually, I think I should probably check Facebook just to make sure. Welcome to Pour Over Marketing. Today we are doing, this looks bad when I have a hat on. I'm going to ditch the hat. Today we are doing a Move That Bus edition for reasons that I'll get to in just a second. But let me just double check my Facebook. I want to see if this is streaming because if it is, great. If not, then we have an issue that I got to try to figure out. Let's see here. I don't see it. Uh-oh. Let's try New Media Lab and see if it's streaming there. It's not according to this. Okay. Well, it says we're live, so I'm going to record, and we'll see. If for some reason it says recording in progress. So if for some reason we're not live, those of you that normally watch this will be able to watch it. Here we go. I'll put the chat on it. So if you guys can see this thing, definitely chat with me. Put something in there so that I know that you're here. Otherwise, I'm going to assume this is just a recording. We're going to make it nice and short today. So here's the deal. I know I've mentioned this, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit more extensively today. A little bit. More like showing off today. So my parents moved out of the house here, their house. My mom moved into they moved. And we're trying to rehab their house, get it ready for sale. They were here for 18 years. There's things that need to be done. There are things that need to be repaired. There's decorating, there's staging. Maeve, my wife, if you don't know, is brilliant with this stuff. I am her tool of ignorance. So she will look at me and go, do this. And I go, duh, okay, I'll do it. So I basically am the tool. I'm painting, I'm repairing. She is jumping in doing just as much, but she also is the one that knows how to decorate. She's the one that knows how to pick the colors and stage, and she understands this. So that's why I'm the tool. So I wanted to show off what we've been doing a little bit, and then we're going to talk marketing. So this room is, if you can see here, look at how beautiful this looks. This is the den at the front of the house. And it was basically white. Basically everything you're looking at here was either white or kind of yellow, kind of orangey. We have changed all the colors within the house. This is the living room. You can see the door is now this beautiful blue. You've got the white underneath. In the other room, this room doesn't have that, but you can see the colors. It's kind of hard to tell the colors here. Everything is staged. New light fixtures in here. If you look this way, you can see new light fixtures in the kitchen. We added a backsplash. Well, I should show you that. A nice tile backsplash with under cabinet lighting. Floors were all cleaned out. Let's see what else. We even outside we painted and made things fresh and look new and clean. When we get to this area, you can see that was a bookshelf that my grandfather had built, and he had made that. And over the years, it's been kind of various colors and various stages of use. We put the top back on it. Maeve painted it green, made it fit in the room. It looks beautiful. As she did to this box, which was a black box that a piece of art was on. The art's gone. She had the box. She said, you know what? I'm going to paint it green. And that's how we ended up with a nice, interesting looking end table as well. In this room, this is the bedroom. This is a pretty striking room. It was like a mint green before, and now you can see it's this nice rich green. Once again, staged, different curtains. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And the bathroom, very well lit. Very well lit. New colors. Everything's looking nice and fresh. Don't look at my bald spot. Uh, yeah, I'm not going to take you through the bathrooms and all that. The bathrooms are absolutely beautiful too. The one downstairs is really gorgeous. But I'm not going to take a walk through that. Oh, I should take you through. There's another bedroom and bathroom that you should see. I'll take you in there. Here's the mudroom. Kind of see it through there. So staged and beautiful. It was just kind of white, scraped up like a laundry room. We made it a very usable mudroom space. And then this bathroom here. Once again, new color, everything's freshened up. Really pretty and staged. And then finally, the second bedroom. Okay. New curtains. I mean, everything, every inch of it has been touched in some way. It has been recaulked, repainted, new colors, repaired, little things, little house repairs that you kind of live with. We've had to go through and say, hey, why does this handle feel loose? Got to fix it. Why is this towel bar doing this? Like moving a little bit. Got to fix it. Got to replace, the faucet, new faucet. Just all that kind of stuff adds up and becomes part of the mix when you're rehabbing. So this has been quite a project. We started, Mom moved on January 6th. So technically you could say we've been doing this for, well, let's see, February 6th, March 6th. So we're about 2.5 months in. But in the beginning, we were only working a couple of days a week on it. Maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago, we started doing like every day and really getting aggressive with this. And that's where we're at now. We're here every day, putting in the hours. The upstairs is, we're within punting distance now of the upstairs being done. Plus, then there's a 2,000 square foot basement, which we are cleaning out. We've painted probably half of it. And there's a absolutely stunning bathroom down there, just so you know. So there you go. This is what we've been doing. And you can see this is a terrible spot because the backlighting is so strong. Maybe if I switch this way. A little better. Look more like movie lighting. I'm also not dressed in my normal, because I'm my normal pour-over outfit. I'm in my painting clothes, which you can probably tell. I'm much more casual today, but that's because this shirt is going to be covered in paint by the time this whole thing is done. So, okay, let's talk about marketing. Now that you have seen this amazing place and what we've done. And in fact, let me go back to Facebook just to see if it's popping up. Not popping up. Let me see if under New Media Lab it is. This is very strange that it's not sharing. Okay. Well, I'm frankly not going to worry about it. We're here. So talking about marketing, this is your business. This represents your business right here. Take a look at your business. What needs rehabbing? What needs fixing, cleaning, changing, deleting? Even a new business, there are things that can be tweaked and polished and fixed. From a marketing standpoint, we've talked about it on here a lot. Go through each of your social media, go through each of your marketing efforts, your newsletter, your Substack, your podcast, your video stuff. Look at them critically. What needs to be fixed? Where can a little bit of paint help? Where can things be deleted to make it better? A great example, the Southgate Media Group YouTube channel is terrible. We've got like 20,000 videos on there and they're organized, but I find it very difficult to navigate. I find that I have not done a good job with it. And I never did, because it was something we just let stuff push to. We didn't realize, we weren't thinking about it in terms of being a revenue making machine, as being a viable piece of what we did. We thought it was just a way to throw the content out there. And now I'm looking at it differently. I'm trying to change things and update things and make it more user friendly, interactive, if I can. This house is your business. Now, my parents lived here for 18 years, and they collected stuff, things, so you have stuff in closets, you have stuff on shelves, you have stuff. You have walls that need painting, carpets that need cleaning. You do some of that over time, but 18 years, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't happen. Look at our house. I see stuff every day that I go, oh my gosh, that we need to do this, we need to fix this, whatever. Okay. But that's your business. This is literally our business right now, because we're trying to fix this to sell it, to make the money for my parents' future, right? So this is our business right now. But take the physical out of it, that it's a house, the literal physical, that it's a house that we can do this to, and apply that to your business, whatever it is. Do you remember that show? What was the name of it? Extreme Home Makeover. Where at the end of it, they would go, move this bus, and they'd move the bus, and it was this great reveal, right? Well, what was great about the reveal? A couple of things. These people had lived in this house. They needed some things done. This crew went in and did all this stuff. They'd move the bus, and what was the first thing they saw when they moved the bus? Did they see that they changed the outlets and fixed the outlets, or put a little paint on a hole where a anchor had been? No. What they saw was the curb appeal of the place first. Well, this is your business. Whenever somebody is interacting with you, they are walking up and you are saying, move that bus. It moves and they see the curb appeal. Then you walk them in. And on the show, they'd walk them through and show them all these beautiful things they had done. We just did that for my mom. We walked her through and we were showing her all this stuff, right? She's like, I can't believe I lived here. I can't believe what this house looks like. I should move back. No, Mom, you can't. And no, you shouldn't. Too big for you. Much too big. But that's what they did on the show. They made it so that the people were like, oh my God, I'm back in love with my house. I want to live here again. Right? Now look at your business. Look at whatever it is you're doing. How can you rehab, revamp, update, clean, put some new paint on? Where are those areas? And really, you want to think about it. Like, for example, with this show, we've been talking about it a lot. Now, are we moving quickly on it? No, because we're busy doing this house. But Maeve and I have been talking about what we can do with Pour Over, with the whole concept. A year ago, I don't know if you guys remember, if you were watching, but we have Southgate Media Group, and we had kind of burned it to the ground, where it was still out there, but we had let everybody go a couple of years ago, and we said, look, we're going to let everybody be their own boss. We only have a couple of shows left, which are like this, which wasn't part of it then. Molly's show, Read Between the Lines. We just kept a couple of things, but we said, look, we want you guys to fly. We don't want to be holding you back in any way. And then about a year ago, we launched SMG, Southgate Media Group 2.0. And we put the feelers out there. We got a little response, and then we stalled it. We didn't kill it. We stalled it because we said, you know what? It wasn't cooked. It wasn't ready. What we wanted to do with it was not there. And that's what we're doing, or this is what we're doing. We're looking at every aspect of it, saying, if we have a Facebook account, is it optimized? Does it look right? Do we have a plan? Do we have a strategy? What do we do now? What do we do 6 months from now? What do we do a year from now with it? With our YouTube channel, same thing. With our Substacks, with our website, vital, right? Each of these things needs to be treated like every room of this house is. Here's the other thing that we're doing with this house. Well, I shouldn't say with this house, I mean with this project. We are project managing it. In fact, Maeve is the project manager. She's the one telling me, the tool, what to do. She's saying there needs to be caulk up there. And then we realized, well, we caulked it, we made it look good, we painted to it, but the underside of it, hard to do it without looking, the underside, you could see the taupe touching the white on the underside of the crown molding. And we said, oh, we have to add a step where we tape it off and we paint this little thing. Does anybody notice it? No. But do they? Yes. When I say no, in general, you look at it right now. You're looking up, it looks beautiful. I look at it from here, it looks beautiful. If I'm looking with a critical eye and I walk underneath it, I go, they didn't take the time to clean up that little thing. Where else did they cut corners? Same thing with your business. Look for the underside of the crown molding. What can you do? Is the caulk broken? Does it need paint? Does it just need to be nailed back in? Or do you need to rip it out and put something new in? A lot of metaphor today, but this is true. You've got to look at your business that way and look at what you're doing in marketing that way. You've got all these different aspects. I know I've talked about how social media is not the beginning and end of everything, even though that's what everybody goes right to. You should not be putting all your eggs in that basket. It is a mistake. It's a great way to grow things. It's a great way to get some engagement. It should be a mix of what you're doing. 20% max, 10% maybe, so that when a social media platform goes away or the audience shifts or something happens to it, you still have a newsletter, a website that's optimized. You still have live events. You still have streaming and shows that you can do. You still do speaking engagements. You still have outbound plans like going to networking events and that. You still have all that stuff, right? Each one of those is a room in this house. What can you do? If you go room by room, what needs to be done? And that's what we did here. It started out very broad stroke. We looked at each aspect here. We said, okay, well, here's the paint we want to use. And, oh, I see caulking that needs to be done. Let's change those outlet covers. Oh, yeah, we need to carpet clean. Oh, well, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. And we started going at it. We started making lists and tackling the big uglies first. The things that we were like, I can close the store and come back to it later, but I'm going to see this every time I walk in, and it's going to feel like we're not getting anywhere. So what we did is we started listing out what are the things that need to be done. And it was literally every inch of this place, there was something we needed to do. We started making progress on our list, chopping off our goals. Get this done, get this done, get this done. We are now at a point where we come in and we have a list of to-dos. But keep in mind, to-dos and goals are different. We have goals. We want this to look this certain way. We want this to do this. Then we make a bunch of to-dos under it. We want this to be very clean, modern looking, have an Instagram type appeal. It does. How did we get there? Each step. Paint door, scrape window. Caulk molding, paint molding. Check ceiling, paint ceiling. Repair wall, paint wall. Paint molding. Fix electrical. Change light bulbs, put new light bulbs in. Stage it. Clean floor. Oh my God, Maeve with this floor, she had to go through these. It's these tile floors you see back here. She had to use peroxide, cleaning peroxide, and a scrub brush and sit on her hands and knees and scrape every inch of the grout and then the tiles. It was hours. But that's what you need to do for your business. Are you willing to spend hours on your knees scrubbing the grout in your business? If you aren't, if you are not, If you are not willing to get on your knees and scrub the grout in your business, then what are you doing? Is this the business? Is this the right thing? If you think it's just going to make money without scrubbing the grout, without fixing the paint, fixing the caulk, upgrading, I think you're sorely mistaken. I also don't believe that about you. I think if you're watching this show and you've been talking to me and checking things out, you are at that point where you're going, yeah, I understand. I got to put in the work. I want to put in the work. Maybe I don't know what to do. Maybe I don't know what those steps are. Step one that I'm going to give you right now. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, write down the rooms in your house. What are the various rooms? You might only get a few of them down before you get excited. And then you start writing down your to-dos. Let your goals bleed into that. Let your to-dos bleed together. Start writing them down. Maybe it's, you say, okay, well, I know that I need engagement. And I know that Facebook is where most of my customers kind of contact with me. Great. We now have a to-do. Number one, have a strategy for engagement, and then write out what you're going to do for engagement. Like, write those things out. But in the beginning, the step one is I have a goal to increase engagement, and I know Facebook is there. Boom. Facebook is a room in my house. Okay. Does it look right? Is the description good? Am I optimized everywhere I can be? Do I need to set up a group? Not just a Facebook page, but a group. Do I have WhatsApp attached to it? Do I have all the different ways people can contact me on there? My hours, are they correct? Put the paint on. Caulk where you need to. Switch out the screws if you need to on your switch plate. If the screws on your switch plates are white everywhere except in your Facebook room, and you have silver ones, but they're white plates, what do you think you need to do? You either need to paint those screws or you need to get new screws. Your business is a house. It may not need serious rehabbing. It may not need major overhauling, but come on. You know that if you look around your apartment or your house, your condo, whatever, you can find things that you can do to make your life better, to make it cleaner, nicer, prettier. You know it. Well, why wouldn't you treat your business that way? Make a list. Grab that piece of paper, grab that pen, put down the rooms in your house. They're all the aspects of your business. Start writing to-dos, start writing down goals, and then pull out the to-dos. I said that wrong. Let me break that one down, because I know I've talked about this before, but I'm going to break it down for those of you that are new. So when you make one of these lists, what you do is in this case, we're going to do it specific. We're going to say you're taking a room of your house, you're taking Facebook, okay? Take your Facebook and give it a critical look and write down everything you think needs to be done. Put down goals in there. Okay? So you say Facebook should be viable. I should have 1,000 followers on there. Right now I have 200. Okay. Write that down. Get to 1,000 followers. Not I should have, but get to 1,000 followers. Okay? Post 7 times a week. Build engagement. Okay? So these are ideas that are kind of formulating into goals that you have. The goals, start making them attainable and measurable. I know, SMART goals, right? So there, put things like, I want 10,000 followers. One of my goals is to make sure that every piece of content I write gets engagement and that I respond to every bit of engagement. Always have the last word, right? I think I've said that before. Then take that list, and when you write it, you're going to have to-dos in there. You're going to have things like, change the banner. Connect WhatsApp. Put it in Meta so it pushes to my Instagram. Okay, those are going to be to-dos. But then also attach things like, if I'm using Meta and I'm tweaking everything in Facebook and then having it push to Instagram, do I have a strategy for what actually pushes to Instagram and which doesn't? Because you can have certain content go there and certain content go the other place. Start honing in on that. You are rehabbing that part of your business. Okay. Once you have a clear list, you can pull the to-dos out and put them in a separate column and say, these are to-dos, and start attacking them. And pretty soon you're going to start knocking those goals out. And if you don't knock the goals out, but you finish your to-dos and you're like, but I'm still not getting engagement, well, now you can at least breathe because you've cleaned up your house. You've gotten the garbage out of the basement. You're now going, okay, what do I need to do now that the clutter's gone? Now that the walls are clean? Now that things are repaired? What do I need to do to hit that goal? And it gives you clarity and it gives you the ability to go after those things. Because in the beginning, you got a basement full of 17 years worth of stuff. You probably do already, literally at home, have areas like that. Unless you were, doing Swedish death cleaning every 6 months for the last 5 years. Okay, let's see if there's any comments, because I cannot see anything in here. Anything. Comments? No, nothing. Okay. So this might just be a recording that I'm going to chop up. We'll find out. I am going to end early today since there's no engagement. I don't see anybody watching. I am going to end early and I'm just going to post this. But really, I want you to think about it in terms of what you've seen here. I wish I could show you what it looked like beforehand. Out of respect for my parents, I'm not going to show you what their normal house looked like. Because who wants that, right? I don't want people going in my house and filming everything all over the place. Certain areas, sure, absolutely. Other areas, it's like, no, I live here. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm showing you guys is what we've done to improve, to clean, to fix our house. And you need to do that with your business. You need to do that with your marketing plan, with your marketing strategy. Reapproach it. Treat it like a house. Go in and rehab a little bit. Slap some new paint on. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised how beneficial it is to take that time. Even just if the only thing you do is think about the curb appeal to your business, go 30 feet away from your business and look at it and say, what do people see when they walk up? Whether it's entry through the internet, whether it's a physical space, whether it's you're the curb appeal. If you go to networking events and you're meeting people, who do you think the curb appeal is? It's you. How you look, how you interact, how your cards look. That's the curb appeal. You need to think about those things. I know that C2E2, it's a big Comic-Con here in Chicago, is coming up in a couple of weeks. And I have a lot of friends that are going to be showing there. How does it look when people walk up to your booth? How do you represent yourself? How is your stuff represented? What are all the aspects of that house? How easy is it for them to buy? How easy is it for them to follow you, to interact with you, to become a fan? Are you gathering emails so that you can add them to your newsletter? Do you have a way for them to click on something that goes to a link tree that has all your stuff right there, that builds authority, that makes them want to stay in there with you, that sees new things and offers opportunities for them to buy from you? What are all the rooms of that house? Because that might be an offshoot. That might be a house within your house. That might be the basement of your house that has rooms and other things going on. All of those need to be thought of, addressed, cleaned, painted, caulked, new pictures put up. Make sure the hot water is working everywhere. Hey, if there's any mice in there, get rid of them. Silverfish, get rid of them. Are you willing to get on your hands and knees with peroxide and rubber gloves and scrub and scrub and scrub until it looks new? So that when somebody walks up, they go, oh man, somebody really cares about this business. This place is awesome. You ever go into a restaurant that, I'm not even saying new, but one where you can tell, boy, they put in the work. They clean every fork by hand. Like it's exquisite. You pay more for a place like that. You also go back to a place like that. No offense, but Taco Bell is not doing that. They have their regulations, they're cleaning, they're doing their thing, but they're not taking the care that an upper end steakhouse should. If they did, would you view them differently? Yeah, probably. But they house it with teenagers and people that pay less. Well, your business, if that's what you want, if you want to be Taco Bell, do it. But if you want to be, Morton Steakhouse, then think about the rooms. Think about what you need to do. All right. That's it. I'm going to end. Good luck, everybody. Maybe next time we talk, you'll be able to say to me, you'll have me standing out there in front of your business, and you'll be able to point up and go, move that bus, and impress the hell out of me. Wouldn't that be something? Hey, if you do want consulting, I do offer consulting. You can contact me, Rob at SMG Pods, and I do a free consultation, just a short get to know me, ask some questions. It's not a timeshare. I try to solve a couple problems while we're on the phone. It's a way to ask some questions and see if it works out. And if it does, and you're like, wait a minute, I could really use this, I do offer consulting services, marketing, hitting goals, achieving your dreams, business in general. It could be about podcasting. I know a little bit about that. It could be about, once again, just your general marketing stuff. There's all sorts of things that I do consult on, and I would love to help you out. Get me now before all the paint's on and I start charging more. I kept with the metaphor. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week. You know where I'll be. Going to the bathroom to go paint. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Go have some coffee.